All right, we lied, man. We was going through some technical difficulties, but we got it working. Steve Cunningham is in the building. Steve, what's going on, bro?
Chilling, man. Chilling.
So how you feeling, man?
Feeling good, bro. Like just, relaxing and enjoying the sport of boxing at this moment. The Saudi Arabian dudes are putting up the money to make good fights.
Okay, so you not officially retired.
Yeah, I am now. I'm gonna make an announcement. I'm gonna make an announcement before the end of the year. I'm gonna throw a party and all that old crap. I've been like I've had offers to go to Poland, couple offers to go to Poland, a couple been trying to get on that BKFC, that bare knuckle, man, and it's like they won't let me in. So it's all good. So
Why is
yeah,
that?
huh?
Why is that?
Cause I talked to Feldman. I know David Feldman. I know him before all the BKFC stuff. I knew his dad. I knew him for years, decades, and he yeah, he told me straight up in 2000. He was like, man, you beat all our top guys easy. But he's like, but they filled up the stadium. So I'm like, but he's like, I'm gonna try to get you in there. So since 2000, I've been trying to get in the bare knuckle, because I'm like, man, listen, I still want to fight. I'm still in shape. I still feel great. Shoot, I damn well know I can beat these dudes in bare knuckle. So, but it's 2024 now, and they gave me a date this year. They gave me a date for April, May, but never hit me back. And they gave me that date back in what, January, February. So I'm gonna stop chasing the rat around the fucking, what I mean, around the basement and just go and let it go.
Okay, so what have you been doing of late? You just training, or just doing the thing, just be doing the husband and father thing.
Yeah, I'm doing that. I train my sons. Yeah, I train my son Junior. He's pro 2-0. My other son Cruz is a three-time national champ. Um,
Cool.
I got so I'm training him. He's older now. He's 13, so just getting him stronger. He's getting bigger. But I got my own gym. We run our own gym, USS Fight Academy. Man, I commentate fights in Philly. Um, Comic book, USS Comics, man. I make my own comic books. Got my own comic book company, turning fighters into superheroes, and that's basically it for now. I'm working on a whole lot of other stuff though.
Oh, that's dope, man. You doing comic books, man. That's
Yeah,
cool. Yeah, I remember Above the Law made one of my favorite songs back in the '90s called Black Superman. So that was like one of my favorites. So, I'm from the West Coast, but I mess with that East Coast, man. I was a big fan of Steady B, Cool
yeah,
C. Uh,
yeah,
Unfortunately, it's unfortunate what happened with Steady B and Cool C. Unfortunate situation. I'm very inclined with Philly, Steve, because I go to Philly all the time, man. Shout out to Max's Cheesesteaks over there in Germantown. So I've been to Philly
yeah.
quite a few times. I ran up the Rocky Stairs. Love Philly, man. That's like my second home after Vegas. So
Oh, that's what's
love
up.
love the culture. Love the
Yeah,
culture.
yeah.
Yeah, hey, you gonna have to send me one of your comic books or something. Maybe we could do a giveaway, a signed copy for one of the fans or something, because I know that'll be dope.
All right, yeah, let's do that. No doubt, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can check
So,
my
so
for all the fans that's listening. You can check my comic
yeah,
books out,
plug
my
it.
artwork out at USS Comics on all the platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. USS Comics, baby.
Okay, Steve, I wanted to ask you: did you get a chance to see Tyson Fury versus Usyk, and if so, what did you think of that fight?
Yeah, man, it was a that fight was real. It was a real skillful, tactical, but action packed fight. Fury, Fury, Fury. Utilized that jab something nice. His range, stayed on the outside as much as he could, then dropped that uppercut when Usyk was close. That was picture perfect. Fury is always game. Fury is always in shape. Hold up, when he's fighting elite fighters, that Ngannou thing, he wasn't in shape for that. But yeah, Fury did his thing, man. But Usyk is another level of beast. We've seen Fury get in there and just beat dudes off of sheer grit and want to win. He'll Fury do whatever it takes to win. But for whatever reason, this fight he chose to box with one of the best boxers boxing has seen in a long time. Usyk is a very, very crafty boxer, and I don't get it. I don't understand why like guys like him and AJ want to box with the smaller guy. Like why are you trying to box with this guy who is a superb boxer? Be the bigger man, but Usyk caught him with them good shots in the ninth, and it was downhill from there. Usyk had already bagged up a few rounds in the early part of the fight, but then he took I think he took the first three and the last three, 9, 10, 11, 12, yeah, the last three, but there had to be something in the middle that it was a close fight. So depending on the judges, whoever did it, but I thought Usyk clearly won the close fight though.
Okay, so let me ask you this. I want to talk about the controversy. A lot of people, I don't know what it is, Steve, but it appears to me these referees seem to want to save Tyson Fury from losing via
Yo,
knockout. We know what
facts,
happened in the first Wilder fight, and I mean you
facts.
floored him. You floored him, and it looked like he damn near was out of there. And then Usyk looked like the referee should have stepped in and stopped the fight because he didn't even really, his hand didn't really touch the
Yeah,
canvas, and I mean he didn't really touch the canvas. You didn't see a glove touch the mat, but he was
right.
just slumped, and it looked like Usyk was finna go in there and go for the kill. Do you think the referee acted prematurely? Because a lot of people say that's the problem. They feel Usyk was robbed of a knockout. So what do you think about that?
I completely agree with that. I completely agree with that. I'm gonna actually do a video tomorrow or Tuesday about that on my Instagram, USS's Legend. Um
Okay.
Usyk, I mean, when Usyk hit Fury, he wobbled him. You can count it. I think it's 4 different times where Fury would have fell had not the ropes been there. You know what I mean? He leaned back on the ropes, something crazy. 4 different times, and the referee jumps in to count one of them as a knockout. I mean, as a knockdown, and he gives him a count. The referee should have waived that fight by then. Even then, Fury wasn't even all the way there. You know what I'm saying? That should have been a KO win for Usyk. No bullshit.
So let me ask you this, Steve.
Yeah.
What do you think happens in the second fight? I didn't see this thing with Usyk. Once he figures you out, it seemed like it's nothing you could do. I'm
Right.
leaning towards this gonna be even worse for Tyson Fury in the and then
Yeah.
Tyson Fury, from what I've seen, is hesitant to commit to a second fight. So what do you think about a second fight? What do you think happens in a rematch?
No, I think it's going to be similar with similar thing as the Anthony Joshua rematch. Usyk doesn't he doesn't switch up what's not broken. His whole style, his the way he fights these big guys is great. He understands being a smaller man fighting these big 6'7", 6'8" dudes. Your advantage is our size. That's why I stayed at heavyweight, and I did the few things I did at heavyweight also because it's easier. It's easier for us coming up from cruiserweight to fight at heavyweight because we're used to faster hands, more athletic athletes. Then we go up to heavyweight. I mean, outside of the exception of guys like Parker, Anthony Joshua, Wilder, but a lot of these dudes are slobs. They're fat slobs. Some of them, they're overweight. Fury in himself, he's a slob, man. You know what I mean? Like look at Fury's body. He gets into shape. But he had like love handles on the back of his back, like a tire on the back of the lower part of his back, and it's like, bro, these dudes are they're big and they rely only on their power, and when you get a cruiserweight in there who's in some serious shape and can move and agile for 12 rounds, i.e. Steve Cunningham, you see my fight with Fury, what I did, but and what he had to do to get the win, and then i.e. Usyk last night, it was just it's inevitable, man. So I got for the rematch. No, you good. I got for the rematch that yeah, it's gonna be it's actually Fury's gonna have to change his game plan up. Fury's gonna go back and be like, man, I can't box with this guy either, and try to lean on him, lay on. He's gonna try that crap. He's gonna try to make. He has to try to make it an ugly fight. This second fight, so we'll see.
Yeah, I thought it was. I'm gonna be honest with you, Steve. When I did a assessment and people asked me what did I think of this fight, I thought it was gonna be his fight with, Klitschko. That might have been one of the worst heavyweight fights I ever seen in my life. I know a lot of people like to talk about what happened with Shakur Stevenson and Edwin De Los Santos, but go watch that fight. If
Yeah,
you
oh
trying to
yeah,
put your
facts.
if you trying to put your kids to sleep, yeah, just say, son or daughter, here, just watch this. In about 15 minutes top, they gonna be snoring.
Out.
That was one of the worst fights I ever saw in my life. And it was just shameful to see that performance. So you saying we may see that from Tyson Fury in the second fight?
Yeah, we may. I mean, Fury has other options with a smaller heavyweight. Like he couldn't lean and lay on Vladimir, because Vladimir was just as big. But with Usyk, there's another option. There's another avenue for Fury to go down in the rematch. Another game plan. Like, hey, let's just hold our hands high and walk him down. Or see if we can drain him and lay on him and then fight him. Fury's gonna go back to them old tactics possibly. So we'll see.
Okay, so when you fought Tyson Fury, what do you think? Because that was a good ass fight. What do you think went wrong in the fight with Tyson Fury? Because you did some very good work. Unfortunately, it didn't go your way towards the end. But what do you
Right.
think went wrong? And what do you think, like, if you got a second chance, what do you think you would do different if you got a rematch or got another shot at Tyson Fury?
So first, what I think went wrong was, I mean, I know what went wrong. Me when I fought Fury, I was coming off of my loss to Tomas Adamek, in our rematch, in which I pitched a 8.5 shutout, but the judges still found a way to give him the fight on NBC. So I was very, being a heavyweight now, I heard the innuendo. Oh, Cunningham's not big enough. Cunningham's not strong enough. Da 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 da. So I felt my next heavyweight fight, I had to fight this guy a little bit more. You get what I'm saying? To
Yeah.
show them I can rumble with these dudes too, instead of just clearly outbox them. So because I clearly outboxed Adamic. So now, but the game plan from Brother Nazim was continuous movement. And and that's my fault. I deviated from the game plan to try, because I was under a bit of peer pressure, from the boxing media. Cunningham don't have power. Cunningham and da da da. Cunningham can't bang with these big guys. But I get in a fight and I get the knockdown. I wobble Fury a couple times, but I stayed in the pocket too long. I stayed and nobody knew Fury was that type of guy. He's just gonna lean and lay on you. Nobody knew that. We found out that night, but nobody knew that was his tactic after getting up and getting hurt. So, but from that, nextly, what I would do different in a rematch would be knowing Fury's tactic, that the way he deals with movers and smaller guys, I would completely and totally lift on my legs, do squats, lunge, all of that stuff. I would be able to press on with my legs at least 280 pounds like 10 times. You know what I mean? Like that would be my goal. All day, like I do that every day, every other day. I'd be on them legs, making my legs and lower back stronger to be able to withstand his weight, because he'll lean on you at some point. Fury will pin you and lean on you. Like that's just what he does, you know. But if you could, if you can make that as minimal as possible, then yeah. But Usyk, that's what I'm saying with that fight with Usyk. Strangely enough, Fury wanted to box him. I wish he would have boxed me like that.
So you basically feel like if you would have stuck with the game plan when you knocked him down, you would have been able to at least not knock him out right away. You would have been able to break him down and stop him.
Yeah, because me deviating from the game plan a bit and tussling with Fury, trying to load up on punches all the time because I hurt him in the second round, that gave Fury opportunities to lay on me, lean on me, and get me tired. You know, I got tired. I was tired in that round, but I right before the knockout happened, I was saying to myself, all right, I'm gonna just make it out of this round because I always get second and third wins in 10, 12 round fights. So I'm like, after after the break, I'll be all right. I'm come back and go back to work, and then boom, that was it.
Well, shit. I mean, as big as his ass is, I mean, he leans on you to basically tire you, and wear you down. I mean,
Yeah,
I know it's part of a game plan in boxing. I really don't like that. I don't like,
yeah,
excessive holding. And let me ask you something, Steve, because you've been in the ring, you boxed. I mean, you got the resume, you got the right to talk about this. A lot of people say in certain fights they talk about holding and say fighters should get penalized for holding. What's your take on that? Do you think that should happen? Because I tell everybody it's sort of like up to the referee, but do you think there should be like some kind of like excessive holding limitation? Because I have seen fights where people just turn it into a hug fest instead of fighting. So I wanted to get your take on that.
yes, there should be an excessive holding rule. Like I'll just take you back to my fight with Fury, and then the fight with Wilder, with that Fury had, and it's like that excessive holding with that Fury, that the holding Fury did was excessive. You know, the leaning and the referee at that time, who was Eddie Cotton, rest in peace, Eddie. He passed away in 2020. But Eddie was like that after my fight with Fury. Eddie was like that was the dirtiest fighter I ever refereed. Talking about Fury, he's the dirtiest fighter I ever refereed in my life because Fury wasn't just leaning on me, laying on me. He had his forearm in my throat at a point. He headbutted me at a time. The referee took a point from him during our fight. You know, and uh he Fury was doing all kind of stuff. So that's why the referee was like, yo, he's the dirtiest fighter I've ever refereed this day. And Eddie Cotton refereed Andrew Galata.
Whoa, shit.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right, right. So that should tell you a whole bunch about Fury. Now, I mean, to keep it real, I'm very happy he got that L, because it's like karma,
Hey,
he
go. Hey,
lost.
hey, Steve. Steve, go ahead. Cook. Say what you got. Say whatever the fuck you want to say. We don't censor people on my channel. Say
Yeah.
whatever comes to mind.
Yeah, I'm very happy that Fury took that L. You know what I mean? Fuck him. You know what I mean? I'll keep it real.
Yeah.
Fuck him. Fuck Fury. I'm glad he took the L. He should have got disqualified, went out for them. But that's all right. Karma hits you so different on the now he made it to the biggest stage in boxing, the undisputed heavyweight championship. He made it to the biggest stage in boxing history of all time, the heavyweight undisputed titles, and he got fucking beat by a cruiserweight. And he always talked this shit about he's a cruiserweight. I'll never lose to a cruiserweight. Okay, yep, you got the win over me, but Usyk came and fucking tore his ass up. He had Fury looking like he was running from his mom with the belt in her hand. You know what I'm saying? That shit was unbelievable. But I can't wait for the era of Fury to be the fuck over in boxing. I'm over this guy. It's too much clowning. Like Ali did his thing. You know what I mean? Ali did his thing. He entertained. He did his rhymes. He did his predictions, and he kept them. But Ali was a solid athlete. Ali respected the sport. behind the scenes, Ali respected those fighters that he was making the jokes about and all this and that. This dude Tyson Fury, he's a fucking drug cheat. He's a coke head. He's a dope fiend. You know what I'm saying? And he
Well,
disrespects boxing by look at the way, dude, you gotta get in shape all the time. You got to get in shape for your fights. He fought Francis Ngannou and embarrassed boxing. Embarrassed fucking boxing. This is the guy who's supposed to be the number one heavyweight in the world. And you get an MMA guy in there and he knocking you around the fucking ring. Come the fuck on, man. I'm glad Usyk beat his ass. Usyk's going to beat him worse in the rematch. And I hope we're seeing the end of this fucking Fury era. Let's get on to some real respectful, decent fighters, heavyweight champions like Anthony Joshua. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back to that type of boxing, man. This Fury era shit is goofy.
well, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up, Steve, because Tyson Fury also then got caught fucking with his gloves. We all remember that he got caught with
Of
some
course,
altered gloves versus Steve Cunningham. A lot of
of
people
course.
tried to deny it and make it look like people was just making shit up. But I mean, you got caught. So I
Yep,
mean, of course, people were suspicious of you.
yep.
And I know you did a video explaining, and of course, you took a lot of heat for it. But you know, a lot of these dudes on here don't like to hear the truth. You
Nah,
know, but it is what it is. Just like, you know, what, I ain't gonna say his name. We like, you got certain fighters talking about that the devil and the Illuminati caused him to fail drug tests and
yo,
all this
man,
shit.
that's another guy. When May 22nd hit, see, I do videos. I do videos. I
Go
have this
ahead,
little.
Steve. Go ahead, Steve. Go ahead. Go
I
ahead and
have
cook.
this. I'm about to really set it off with boxing, like commentating and telling the truth about boxing fights. And I have this series called USS Boxing Breakdowns. All right, I break down fights. I break down
Cool.
anything boxing, and hashtag USS Boxing Breakdowns. Check out the work I've done. And I am going to make a page and just make this an official thing. So every fight I'm gonna be jumping on. This is gonna be my thing. But you guys like Ryan Garcia in May 22nd, Ryan Garcia's B sample will be the results will be disclosed, and that's when I'm gonna put my video out about that. Um, about him failing the test. I am a big proponent. I'm against PEDs like it ain't no tomorrow in boxing. Why? Because I know I fought numerous guys who were on the shit. I know it for a fact. I know it. I know it. I know it. I beat some. I lost to a couple. But I know PEDs are rampant in boxing. I'm linked up with a couple sports doctors who have been breaking me off with the info that I need. I can look at dudes and tell what they're on. You know what I mean? Ryan
Wow.
Garcia. Ryan Garcia most definitely knew what the fuck he was taking. He knew what he was taking. When's the last time or first time we saw Ryan Garcia knock a guy around like that in the ring? When? Like, come on. I
Um,
mean, he's got knockdowns before and all this and that, but on that elite level, Devin Haney's elite. You know, he comes in. Ryan Garcia comes in looking big as hell. He's looked way bigger than he's ever looked before. He's been
intentionally
geeking
didn't
out,
make weight.
right? And he didn't make weight. And he was throughout camp. He's been geeking the fuck out on some weirdo shit, talking all this Illuminati. He been up to Bohemian Grove and da da da. And this shit right here is what gets me right here. That Bohemian Grove, all of that shit is fucking 2008, 2007 conspiracy theory shit. But these goofy ass people who follow who want to be entertained by anybody, they and since 2020, it's cool to be a conspiracy theorist now because we were right. I used to get clowned and cussed out about being a conspiracy theorist, but I guarantee you can go back to my post about COVID and I'm talking about 2020 March. Me and my homeboy called everything they were doing. They're gonna make you take a vaccine and stay at work. The vaccine gonna start fucking people up. Da da da. This and
Hey,
that. They're
Steve,
gonna
be
have a
careful. Be
passport.
careful. you know how these people is about. you
Yeah,
know,
I feel you.
I
So
gotta hit
so
you with the. Mm-hmm.
I feel you. So we were posting all of that. I've been a conspiracy, what they would call a conspiracy theorist, since I was in the Navy in 96, 94. So now this kid, Ryan Garcia, he comes up. I'm sorry, now it's cool to be a conspiracy theorist because all that shit came true about COVID. Now this kid, Ryan Garcia, who has a fan base, he's he's just using them. You know what I'm saying? These people don't know. It's like a TikTok video. TikTok got some of the goofiest conspiracy theorists in the world, conspiracy theories, and people buy that shit. But it is what it is. So
No, hey,
now
remember, Steve. Ryan Garcia also said he knows who killed Tupac, and he wasn't even born when Tupac passed
this
away.
shit
But
crazy, man. So that's what I'm saying. So all of that weird shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a weirdo. So what he's doing is he's showing that he's using PEDs because a lot of these PEDs that fighters are using, they affect you psychologically as well as physically. You know what I mean? So he went through a psychological cycle right before everybody's eyes. Nobody really checked on him. They thought he was freaking playing and goofing off. He's still in that vein of saying and being just the wildest thing out there, saying some real dumb shit just for attention. But before the fight, it was all due to the PEDs. He said some real outlandish shit that people should have been like, yo, that boy don't need to get in the ring with nobody. He needs to go see a psychologist. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep it real. So Ryan Garcia most definitely knew what he was taking. He most definitely is trolling people now, trying to blame it on ashwagandha. The owner of the company that of the ashwagandha label, he was holding the canister, the supplement, talking about, oh man, it must be in my ashwagandha. They made a statement. This is gonna be in my video next week. They made a statement like we don't use Ostarine. Ostarine is banned in America, period. So if you got a smidgen of it in you, you're done. You failed. You shouldn't even have that. Because it's a banned substance. Not it doesn't matter what percentage. You know what I'm saying? People are like, oh, they only found a little. Man, if because Ryan was he was at the last part of his cycle. He was cycling off in his peds and he got fucking caught slipping. Yo, there's a lot of dudes on the peds in boxing, bro. And his names I can't mention because they'll sue me. But I know tons of fighters that are on. It's a lot of
well, you can text. Hey, well, Steve, I'll tell you what. You can text the names to me, but I won't put their names out. I'll just have it for personal information. Because one thing about me, I don't get nobody in trouble, and I don't fuck up nobody's bag. So
I
at
feel
the
you.
end of the day, I get it. At the end of the day, I get it. Trust me.
It's a
But
lot. It's a
yeah,
lot on, bro. You'll be surprised at the list I throw at you. I know sports doctors. I talk with other fighters. Um, there's certain attributes of the human body that look different that I can tell you, yo, that dude's on HGH. If he this all right, Google HGH gut. If you know what that is, now go back and look at the fighters in the past who've had HGH gut. There's a few who failed tests. You know what I mean? With HGH gut, there's another here's another telltale sign of knowing when fighters are on the peds. When they get these bicep tears, they get these injuries. You know what I mean? You can go Google and check out which fighters had bicep tears. Now, why is the bicep tear a telltale sign of ped use? Because when you get these peds, they make you strong. They make your muscles stronger, but your tendons are not. They still got to be built up. So you used to curl 40s. Now you like, man, I'm stronger. Now you curling 75s. And you pop something, boop, because your body ain't built up yet with the shit, with those pets. You know what I mean? So take me for instance. I've built up from my Navy years. I went from curling 25s to I can curl 55s 10 times. I can curl 55. I actually can do 60s, you know? I curl. Look at that. I'm man. Listen, I'm still ready. I'm still rolling. I'm still rolling. So I curl. I'm up to 60s now. I've never in my life. I bench press. I've bench pressed all my boxing career. I've lifted weights all my boxing career. I've never had a fight canceled due to injury. Never. I've never failed or had a suspicious piss test and I've had VADA tests before. Never had any discrepancies. Never. But you see the way I look, and that's all hard work. All hard work. So um now you see these guys getting these discrepancies, these tests, these da da da. Some dudes out there, I ain't gonna say no names, but if they watch this, they know what I'm talking about. They ass the sanctioning body said, "Yo, we want to do random fucking tests. We want to do random voluntary tests for our top guys, our champions and our top guys." And that's something that we advocated for in the early 2000s because we knew dudes was on the PEDs then. Like, yo, let's have these random tests throughout the year. If you're a champion, you should be obligated to get tested throughout the year because that's when these fighters start taking the PEDs and then they're getting stronger and stronger and then they start cycling off when they get closer to the fight. So they keep that
Mm,
power. So this sanctioning body, the WBC, put out the word, said, listen, we're going to start doing voluntary testing for our top guys and champs. Certain champs turned that shit down. Certain champs said nope. And those champs were already on our list. So that confirmed it. Yeah, that motherfucker on. Yup, I knew he was taken too. You know what I'm saying? So it's a grimy world. The boxing just needs to just go ahead and let everybody use. Fuck it. Just go ahead and say you can PEDs are allowed. Because most of these motherfucking champions out here using, man. Most.
whoa,
Most.
whoa.
Most. You got your man talking about the Mexican meat. Go to hell here, bro. Pause, bro. Pause on that shit. Go ahead with that bullshit. That's bullshit.
Oh, you talking about dude with eating the mystery meat, the super burritos? Yeah,
Yo,
yeah. Oh, yeah,
the
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
the
I'm up,
mega,
yeah,
the mega, the mega burrito. Like, come on, bro. You
yeah,
deep throat burrito beef. Come on, bro.
yeah.
Come on, bro. Motherfuckers just become extra powerful. What's that? There's a fighter from the UK. He failed the test. Nigel Benn failed the test. And he went from losing to C plus fighters to knocking out Chris Algieri. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. So, man, listen, it's a grimy world out there, bro.
Man, man.
It's a
I,
grimy world.
I, I don't know what more to say. Except, hey, Steve, I really appreciate you coming on here, keeping it real, not trill. I really appreciate. I really appreciate that because at the end of the day, a lot of fighters don't have the guts to say what you want. You know what you said because
Yeah.
they worried about backlash and a lot of people are in denial about what's going on. Hey, but Steve, I do want that list, but it'll never be revealed because I have an idea of who doing what too as well. But
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, see, I just want you guys to understand that listen to my channel. We get the real people on here. And Steve, before you go,
All right.
I want to ask you one last question. Is there any way that somebody can intercept your VADA testing as Ryan Garcia made it look like somebody intercepted, opened up the box and contaminated it and dirtied his piss?
Hell no.
Or-
Hell no. That dude, man, listen, Ryan Garcia, if I was him, I'd do what he's doing because his fan base, they're not fight people. You get what I'm saying? He's tapped into like the Jake Paul level of fans. These people who just following boxing because of him. You know what I mean? The majority of Ryan Garcia's fan base don't know shit about boxing. They don't know boxing. They don't know. They don't know, and they don't know boxing. So how the hell you know anything about a VADA test? A VADA test. Those are some specific testings. Now I got VADA tested Me and Tarver, when me and Tarver fought, there were I requested the VADA testing. Why? Because Tarver failed. Tarver got suspended 2 times before me for PEDs. All right. Now I'm like, yo, listen. And he was older. Tarver was like 46 when we fought or something to that effect. But I'm like, yo, he just knocked out Jonathan Banks his last fight. So I'm like, yo, bro, most likely on. But I'm like, I'm gonna take the fight. I'm still gonna F him up. And but we gonna do VADA testing. Yo, the fight was a draw according to the decision, according to some people. I mean, according to the judges. We were fighting on his network and da 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 da. It is what it is. But I most definitely won. I threw way more punches, landed more da 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 da. It is what it is. Now, after a month after, we get notified that Tarver failed the test. So I'm like, I knew it. I knew it. I knew the dude failed. You know what I'm saying? I knew he was gonna fail. So with Ryan, so with the VADA test, they come to our room. When I got to the hotel the week of the fight, they came to the room. Soon as we checked in, boom, we're in the room, checking the room out. Room is dope. Boom, boom, boom. Somebody knocked on the door. It's the VADA dude with the box. They take hair, blood, nails, and piss. Right? They took all them samples. The piss test had the blood and piss was A and B samples. All of them had A and B samples. So the A and B sample, like let's say it's a blood test. They take the blood in the syringe, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they squirt half of that blood into one tube, label that A sample, and half of the same blood that they just drew out that vial, drew from his arm into the vial, into the tube that says B sample. Get what I'm saying? So for him to say when this pop up, he's gonna say somebody tampered with it. Da, da, da. They seal it right there. Like this is the creme de la creme of freaking testing. These dudes ain't gonna cheat. Why would they cheat for Devin? Like I've heard all of the rumors and all of the innuendo or Vada's cheating for Devin Haney. Really? They're gonna risk their reputation on a
For
fighter,
one guy.
one fighter? You know what I mean? Like that's so but like I said before, Ryan Garcia, he's doing exactly what I would do if I was him and got caught and had a fan base that didn't know shit. He's playing to their emotions because they love him. So once you got a fan base in sports and boxing and entertainment, bro, them people, you could probably shoot somebody and your fans will not leave you. Shit's like they under the spell, man. So Ryan, there's no way your VADA test, your B sample can get intercepted. Why? Like yo, the dude crazy, bro. He wilding. Bro
Okay,
wilding.
hey Steve, I appreciate you coming on here. So plug everything, including your businesses, especially about the comics.
All right.
Hey, please, if you can, send me an autograph copy so I could give out to one of the fans because I think that'll be dope. And I am a big supporter of Black-owned businesses,
All right, bro,
avid
most
supporter.
definitely. All right, yeah, and
So,
we'll talk, man. We'll talk tomorrow about that list. I'll tell you, we'll have a good combo about that list I got. But
oh, trust me, the list will never see the light of day.
all right,
I'll just have personal information. I'll just, it'll never see the light of day. I'm willing to become one of the most dangerous media members out there. And if
man.
some,
Well,
so you know what I'm saying? I don't care. Hey, Steve, I'm already getting death threats by Ryan Garcia's fans anyway. But what
yeah,
they
they
don't know
funny.
is, no, hold on, Steve. I want to give you some information. I'm just letting it be known. That's cool, you threatening me, but I want you to keep in mind my stepdad is a retired, National Guard, over
Yeah.
30 years in the National Guard, and my father was a Marine. And I have a video of me at the range. So try your luck. So no, Steve, I got a video of me at the range. I'm real
Yeah.
good with those. I'm real good with those tools. I'm the Black John Wick. so
All right.
so
All right.
so,
I
but
feel you.
plug everything, Steve, for real.
All right. My main Instagram, because I'm mainly on Instagram. My main Instagram is USS is Legend. One word. My comic book Instagram, I mean my comic book social media is USS Comics. I turn fighters into superheroes. I got 4 comic books.
The first three is the trilogy between me and Amir Mansour with Superhuman throwing cop cars at each other, all that old crap. And then my fourth
That's
comic
dope.
book is I've turned Austin Trout, former WBA champ, into a superhuman. Uh, and that's part one. I'm gonna do part two by the end of this year. But I'm working on other comics, man, and everything. Even horror stories. So check me out, USS Comics. Also, my gym page is USS Fight Academy on all platforms, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. All right, USS Fight Academy. That's my gym page.
All right, you guys. So there you have it. Steve, appreciate you coming on here. You welcome on here anytime.
Ain't nothing, man. Let me know.
All right,
Peace.
we out.